Greetings, my scattered brothers and sisters in the Lord. Trust you know the Lord is with you wherever you find yourself scattered today, and that you know that His presence with you is more than enough for whatever you might face today. We keep working in 1 Peter chapter 4, and I'll start at verse 7. We've covered verse 7 and 8 before. We're going to work on verse 9 today. The end of all things is near. Therefore be alert and of sober mind so that you may pray. Above all, love each other deeply because love covers over a multitude of sins. And then here's the new verse for the day. Offer hospitality to one another without grumbling. So in this section of 1 Peter, Peter is given some pretty practical advice in terms of how to live the Christian life and how to live it together. And so he recognizes that the end of all things is near. It's at hand. These are the days that we have. In salvation history, next big event is Christ's return. And so in this time that we have, we are to be sober-minded. We are to make good decisions, sound judgment, so that our living, our behavior doesn't hinder our relationship with God, doesn't block that communion, doesn't stop our prayers. That we have a good, close relationship with God, our behavior doesn't get in the way. And then we are to love each other deeply because love covers over a multitude of sins. And so we need to be fervent in our love for each other, intentional in our love for each other. And then he says to offer hospitality and to offer hospitality to each other without grumbling. Now I think about this as he's writing to Christians who are scattered in a world where they don't fit. The world's not going to truly offer them hospitality unless maybe they would change and conform to the world, which of course we don't want to do. And so he's saying that make sure that you offer hospitality to each other, that you're not going to find a home in the world. The world is not going to be hospitable towards you, especially as you seek Christ first. But we need, scattered though we are, to offer hospitality to each other, to be a place of welcome, a place of shelter, a place of refuge to one another in a world in which we don't fit, a world that's not really our home. And so to the scattered ones, to us, offer hospitality to each other without grumbling. I think of the grumbling and how often we might open our home to someone, we might open up our lives to someone, we might open up time to someone, to where we listen, to where we care, and then turn around and grumble about it, complain about having to open up our home, our lives, our ears, our hearts to someone, rather than truly welcoming them and celebrating that we have the opportunity to offer hospitality to one another. And so kind of a fresh word that in a world in which we're scattered and we don't really belong to the norms and the values of the culture in which we find ourselves, to offer hospitality to each other. And that might look like opening our homes, but it also might look like opening our schedule, or opening our ears, or opening our heart to receive a brother, a sister in Christ, and then to do it without grumbling. That we recognize that it's a privilege to offer hospitality and a blessing to offer hospitality. And so wherever you find yourself scattered today, pray about it. Lord, who would you have me show hospitality towards? And then, Lord, give me the grace to rejoice in it rather than to grumble about having to open up space in my life for someone else. No, what a joy, opening up space in our lives for a brother, a sister in Christ. Lord, help us to show hospitality to each other without grumbling. Well, God bless. Have a great day and welcome someone today. God bless.